Here we go. She's on 5 to 7, 9 to 10 p.m. Fallback Productions. Talks about topics of the day and loves her country, the U.S. of A. Got her Get Right rally on tax day. Got family country, Trump is her thing. She don't know the songs, gives Dave a hard time. Don't worry, it's fine, he's still her Valentine. Keeps us in the loop. Don't you know, sit back and enjoy the Lucretia Hughes Show.
Sometimes do not take a nap, especially a 30-minute nap. It just make you crankier. Y'all be careful. Michelle, everybody out there in the midst of this storm that's walking through Georgia right now, if it is headed your way, it look like a lot of thunder, a lot of lightning, a lot of red, a lot of yellow, and a kind of little purple in there. Y'all just be safe. We're at that season where anything can change in a split of a hat. So if you're hearing a tornado, meaning if you hear the sirens and everything running, please take cover. If you live in New York City, I would say get a bucket and start hauling the water out the street. And for everybody else, if you have a garden, this is the best type of wetness that you're going to need. So welcome, everybody. Welcome to The Real News with Lucretia Hughes, episode 1937. And there's so much going on in news from Tulsi Gabbard getting ready to resign in June. And yes, I love the clickbait of it all. Well, Tulsi Gabbard, she's resigning. I'm like, why? Hold up before speculating why. Because that don't sound like her. She's very fierce. Very fierce. Oh, it's because of her husband. Okay, I can understand that. I can understand that. Here come everybody else. Oh my God, that's not right. She was threatened. Tulsi Gabbard, a vet. You think she care about your threats? I seriously doubt it. So when I saw that it was her husband who has cancer down, she want to go and take care of him. Stop being so far-fetched. Because if anything happened to my spouse, I'm going to drop everything and be by his side. Now, I know and I understand that society expect women to fend for themselves and that marriage is not a big thing. But through sickness and in health, and if you love someone, you're willing to take care of them in their time of need. And so Tulsi Gabbard she feels like her husband comes first. She has already served her duty in the military. She's already served her duty not only in Congress, and now she is serving her duty with the President of the United States. And when a duty call of taking care of her husband, that is the first thing that she wants to do. So y'all just keep her husband in prayer. And speaking of someone else that I have not seen in about a week and a half, and now I know why. She passed away. So Kat, if anybody remember me talking about when I see Kat name up here, and I'm like, hey girl. Well, Kat, rest in peace. She came down with pneumonia maybe a month ago, and I saw on her Facebook page where she was asking someone to come and get Doogie. Doogie was her service dog. That's the first person that I met up there with the girl and a gun, the Women DC Project. So come to find out, they took her off the ventilator, and then they had to put her back on, and she passed away 2 days ago. So y'all keep Cat family in your prayers. Whoever gets Doogie, I hope they treat him right. He's a service dog, a very, very kind-hearted dog. So y'all just keep all our Fallback fam in your prayers. So, well, hey, everybody, let me go ahead and get my shout out. So hold on, Marsha. Let me refresh this page. And then, like I said, because I took a nap, I do have articles, but it's anything goes or whatever you want to talk about. Like I said, bring the receipts, bring the verifiable proof or whatever. So no one can come on this show and say, we're fibbing or we're lying or no. Let's just go ahead and we're not speculating. Hey there, Michelle. I would die for my husband. It's that simple. When you love somebody, yes. But we live in a society where it's selfish, me, selfie. So we live in that society where that doesn't mean anything anymore. The unit of family gets smacked to the side. All of this, the unit of love gets smacked to the side. So some people don't have that type of heart that we do. Their parents or their family get sick. They'll never take care of them and throw them in a home somewhere. There's a whole bunch of us sit there and hold their hand until they take their final breath. Some people just not built like us. And I would do it again. I would do it for my mom if she asks. If my sisters and brothers ask. They already told me, who's going to take care of me? Mom asks, who's going to take care of me when I get older? Lucretia, was I in this meeting? Did y'all even ask me? Y'all wasn't even in the meeting. And I just got a phone call. Well, they designated you. Well, thank you. I'm going to do it anyway. But I expect for them to show up and help out also. But that's what you do when you love someone. But like I said, in this day's society, people are not built that way. Hey there, Michelle. Hey, Melissa. What other choices does she have? That's her husband. She would never regret it. We're going to hold that. We're going to hold that thought. You're going to go around, go across your Facebook page, social media page. I haven't seen it, and I'm not looking for it. I'm sure if I could go in the comments, some ass clown is going to have some dumbassery, okay? And then this is why I say you might be careful of what you say and put out there in the atmosphere because energy begets energy. So let anybody say something negative about this. I'm telling you, karma works fast. So I wouldn't say anything negatively about cancer or any type of these diseases or try to pick at the person that has it because God has a funny way of you will catch it next. And most likely you won't have anyone to stand by your side or wipe your mouth or wipe your booty cheeks just because of your funky energy. So that's why I always say, be careful. I don't care if you think you're behind a keyboard. God knows all, sees all, and so does karma. So let it bite them in the ass butt cheeks. I don't care at this point. Whatever these people say about us, just flip it around 10 times harder. It's something on the color purple. I might be black and I might be ugly, but I'm still here. Nothing that you do and nothing that you touch would go do right or turn out right until you do right by me. That's all you got to say. That's what oh my God, like this one woman. You look like a grandma. No shit. Yeah, I am one. Was that supposed to be an insult because I look like a grandmother? You won't get to my age the way you talking. And if you are, you won't be sound mind. So be careful what you say, because people can flip that right back on you. And one of y'all was like, Lucretia don't feel that way. Yes, I do. Don't come over here popping up the mouth. I'm dead serious, because I'll be like real quick to be like, Lord, you know what to do? Go ahead and flip it back on them and somebody they love. I ain't playing with them no more. Power, word has had power. Don't come after me, I won't come after you. And neither will my ancestors. All right, then. Hey there, Melissa, what's going on out there? Hey, everybody. Hey, Debbie. How you doing out there? What's going on? Becca just sent me pictures of Dawsonville, and as they were driving home, it looked like a tornado. Be careful right about now. I mean, if you got a weather app on your phone, be careful. The first thing that Dave did when we started dating, long time ago, he said, let me see your phone. I was like, he finna put his number in there. Girl, no, he downloaded a weather app. He said, since you're on the road, just be careful. Oh, now what am I supposed to do with this, meteorologist? Be careful, please. Even if you think living in the mountains or North Georgia that there won't be tornadoes popping up, it will. So if you see it, look at the sky. Pay attention to your kneecaps, your elbows, and your arthritis, okay? So if it says something is headed your way, something is headed your way, and duck and cover, okay? Hey there, what's going on, Todd and Addie? Hey, Miss Barbara. How you doing up there in South Kakalaki? How you doing? Hey, Cheryl, how you doing? Wait. Where's Penay from Wyoming? Okay, we gonna find her. Hey, Marsha, what's up, Miss Bunny Kid? How you doing out there? I'm making sure that Dee Dee, I see Dee Dee up in here. Hey, Trish from Washington State. Girl, I bet it's beautiful up there, but not like with the politician. But I heard it was beautiful up in the Northwest.
Washington State's not Washington, D.C. Well, yeah, they got a screwed government.
Did I say Northwest? Yeah. Dave, look at me. Yep. Okay, then. I didn't say nothing about D.C. Hey, Addie, what's going on out there? He was finna give me where I don't know my states at. I didn't say I could name them all. Maybe if I was younger or looking at the Animaniacs. But right now, I know that Washington State is literally over there by Oregon, and also down there with California. That's way over there. You got, the Cullens, and then you also have, Taylor and stuff. So you got werewolves you need to worry about. Okay, then just be careful. Hey there, Michelle. Things like that are why we love our husbands and would die for them. The first two? I'm kidding. The second one can stay in prison. Hey there, Mr. Shepherd. How you doing out there? Hey, Marcia again. I took care of my dad and my aunt. I took care of my dad and Dave's grandmother and my grandmother. So it like I said, you got to be built a certain way to be able to take care of your loved ones in hospice and everything else. But like I said one more time, many won't ever do that. Ever. Hey there, what's up, Skins? How you doing out there? What's up, Kathleen? Hey, living my best life. How you doing out there? Hey, Mopar man, hold on, ticker talkers. I'm coming to you. Hey there, what's going on, Michelle? You got 2 tabs open? Hey, Michelle again. What's up, Rhonda? Okay, ticker talkers, I'm coming. Running over there, and then we get to some articles. Hey there, Todd Williams. I'm from Kentucky. What's going on? Again, round of applause. But they pissed at y'all. Oh my God. When I tell y'all that Republicans in name only, when I say they know their time is cooked, dude, they are pissed at y'all. I don't know what it is. You in Indiana and Kentucky. Not only did y'all wipe out rhinos across the damn board, now you got the powers that be. Crony pissed at y'all. Lucretia, he's leaving. He's leaving in a blaze of glory. Then you got Cameron mad at y'all up there, Mitch McConnell friend. Then you got Mitch McConnell mad at you. You got the old school GOP just trying to figure out what is wrong with Kentuckians. And y'all pretty much said, not here no more. So I want to say again, thank you so much to Kentucky and also Texas down there. Y'all showing up. And Indiana. Y'all showing up and showing out, getting rid of these legacy politicians. Instead of calling them the elites, let's call them legacy politicians, because their legacies got us in this mess. That's why I know you ain't arguing with me when there's been somebody that served 19 terms in Congress and I've never served one. Who you mad at again? Fix your lips. Hey, stop crying, because you ain't crying at me, because someone has destroyed your life and it's definitely not me. So we're trying to rectify this situation. So this whole entire time we heard there's going to be a blue wave, a blue wave, a blue wave, a blue wave. Welcome to the Red Kingdom. Red Kingdoms. Welcome to the Red. No, it's too early. All right, I'm still gloating. Just in case, why am I gloating? Because, you know, they said MAGA is dead. I said, where? Where'd I go? I'm still MAGA every day. So it's where we going. Trump actually won every race he endorsed. Batting 37 out of 37. I said, yes. 37-0. Boy, you know they hating it right now. But what you gonna do about it? So that means if you hate Trump, you pretty much still hate half of the America. And we really don't care at this point. Y'all been hating for a decade now. That equals 10 years. Yeah, he came down the escalator in 2016. Y'all been bitching ever since. That's why we don't take y'all for real anymore. It's like, oh, that's old. Yeah, that's old too. Oh, you called us that 5 years ago. So at this point, it's like after a decade of bitching, don't you get tired? Okay, then back over here, getting mad at everybody else like we the ones that's been in politics. And then you're going to come on to our page. They don't never go to these state senators or, you know, state senators, state representatives, federal House of Representatives, and then the Senate. They don't never go to these people pages and wag their finger. Why they find ours? It's like, yeah, I got them on speed dial. I'll tell them what you said. Sounding stupid. I just be like, what you mad for? What you come over here? I can't even vote for the man. Why I want to hear what you mad about? Why don't you just call him chief of staff? Anybody in his office, I'm sure they'll pick up the phone and slam it down. Hey there, Christina. How you doing? What's going on, Wayne? I see you. I see all y'all. Hey there, what's going on out there? We love it and goodbye. Hey. Goodbye. Yeah. Nah. Woo. Hey. Okay, we're going to stop there. This gloating Lucretia. Well, we batting 90 at this point. Everything they said that we lied about pretty much came to be true. Okay then. Hey there, what's going on, Christy Fowler girl? Get the articles, because I only got like 4. So whatever anybody want to talk about, make sure y'all going over there and get the receipts so we can all be smart together and no one can call us a liar because we have nothing to do with it. Well, I'm mad at you. What you mad at me for? Well, they raised my taxes. And what the hell I got to do with that? Did you go to the commissioners meet? Do you know who your mayor is? Do you know who's even your tax assessor? No, that's your problem. Go to meetings. Find out who these people is instead of just like random folks because they got a page. Well, let me look where they live at. And yeah, if you live up north and you've fallen into the dumb foolery of what AOC is saying, talking about you're going to ride up to the south. And what you going to do when you get here? No, what you seriously? Since you listening to AOC, what y'all gonna do? I always wanted to know that. I'm gonna stand back here behind this glass coffin, and I'm gonna rile my people up, and we're gonna say we're gonna pull up to the south. And then she said Georgia. I said, I can feel it coming in the air at night. Oh no, don't do it. Cause we've been waiting for this moment for all our lives. Gonna try it. Oh no. I'm a Gen X, baby. Oh no. So they literally prepared my generation for tomfoolery. We had to problem solve and they threw us in the woods and in the creeks picking crawdads before we even knew what crawdads was. It was like, sun up. Going outside, we'll see you when the sun go down and be in before the street lights come on. Had no idea what we was doing for 14 hours a day. And now, generations around us is going to try to take us down. try it. I just like, we Gen Xers, baby. What did you gonna do again? We are not the patient ones or the silent ones. They forgot about us. And then when they remembered, it was like Grace Jones in the middle of the day talking about, yo, where your kids at? Yeah, you might want to go out there and find them because they up to something. And now you're gonna try to tamp down our spirit now. We was not indoctrinated in school, okay? They said, figure it out yourself. And now we got to march at the beat of all the generations around us trying to tell us, and no, not tell us, demand a whole generation that no one cared about. We all had keys around our necks and was giving pounds by the time we got off the school bus. I'm still trying to figure out who y'all talking to. Us? Woo! We came up with the best music and everything, and we will stomp you. I mean, because we literally could fight after school and didn't get in SSI or suspended. Okay, we just trying to figure that out. Hey, Spews, what's going on? April Smith out there. Hey, Beamer, how you doing? What's going on? Fallback fam. Now we got to get everyone in November. It ain't like they're going to get Dominion voting machine back. Okay, then. Let's get on back over here. I mean, seriously. You remember when they said, it is the most secure election ever? Then a conservative bought Dominion. We need to get rid of it. I said, oh, fair game. Y'all don't want to get rid of the Dominion? We're going to keep it. And now it's conservatives' hand. Well, it's going to be some cheating. I said, how that work? We still using the same machines. What you crying for now? We just waiting on a water main break in the middle of the night for no apparent reason. Somebody get some duct tape. Hey there, what's going on, Sean? Scott? Hey. Damn, she's smart. God, this is like episode 1937. Y'all made me this way. Trust me when I tell you, Sean. Look. Her name, look above. It's called Christy Child. Let me tell you, Sean. She know every disease known to man. Got it in a Rolodex. Watch, we got Fudge over here always sending up something that happening around the United States. Now, Sean, it's your time. Tell me what you want to talk about and make me smart so we can all be smart together. And then let me read it verbatim. I'm telling you, we will all click, and we ain't got to worry about a scientist or somebody with a PhD to tell us to live our life. We didn't come with manuals. Hey, Todd, I've known that I've been a conservative since I was 10, and I'll be 60 in August. If you really think about it, no one explained any of this when we was in school. We was the first generation to actually vote in school. It's mock voting. I voted for Bill Clinton because, you know, I thought he was on the Arsenio Hall show. Whoop, 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 whoop. So that was my introduction of voting for a scallywag. Hindsight 2020, y'all, but he could blow a mean saxophone. And somehow my 18-year-old self in high school thought that was the best thing since sliced bread. Now I know better, okay? At least. He wasn't that good. Yes, he was. He was on Arsenio Hall. Woo, 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 woo.
Yeah, I could play better.
Don't hate on the hater.
No, I'm not hating. I'm just saying I can play better.
And they talking about he could play your bagpipe. Okay, then. Let's go ahead.
Oh, those two.
I like your bagpipes too, honey.
But I played saxophone.
Hey, Tom House, stop being mad, Dave. Okay, fine. Bill Clinton cannot play as better as my husband on bagpipe. The end.
No, I mean saxophone.
Oh, saxophone. Oh, you can blow that too?
Mm-hmm.
And blow my horn.
Hey.
Hey.
You can blow
But we are live right about now. God. I voted for Bill too. Last Democrat I voted for. I got sucked up into the Obama thing. I can admit it though. You know, women don't like to say we wrong much. Yeah, I voted for that. But I woke up one day afterwards. It was just something about the Winston bus, Churchill bus that I said, hey, we ain't supposed to be giving that back. And then I changed my mind. And, you know, I stopped after that. It took one white guy getting sent back overseas. And I said, hell no, this is going to be a disaster. And then, of course, since I'm black, everybody in my whole entire family said, we don't know you. Now, all these many years later, guess what they're asking? Hey, what you know about? What you should ask it out loud for everybody to know who you asking. Now they want to know more about politics. Go figure. I was the black sheep. Obama. And now, They're asking me about politics. I still don't like you. I know we blood, but you ain't coming to my cookout no more. Don't you betrayed and turn your back on me? Stay on the other side of the damn creek for all I care. Hey there. Hey, Todd. How you doing? I've never voted for Democrats. Did nobody tell us? Nobody told us any of this, just like how to balance a budget or any of this. We just figured it out through life. And now we know a whole bunch of people ain't woke up yet. And at this point, let them stay asleep. But Dave pointed to the floor. When we get back, Christy Fowler is going to have some articles. Go ahead, Dave. One Nation Still Under God, a powerful personal testimony about faith, family, freedom, patriotism, grassroots America, and the fight to preserve the moral foundation. Through deeply personal stories and cultural commentary, this book explores faith in a modern America, the attack on family values, raising children in a culture of confusion, patriotism and freedom, truth, censorship, and a media manipulation, grassroots America and community, hope for a future generation. This is more than a political book. It is a testimony of perseverance, faith, rebuilding, and the belief that America is still worth fighting for. A message for Americans who believe this nation is worth saving. God, family, country, in that order. So order your book today. Welcome back to the Real News with Lucretia Hughes. All right then. Hey everybody, what is going on? I hope y'all have a great weekend. Yes. Hold on, I gotta do this. Woo. All right then. Whatever. Okay, welcome back everybody to the Real News with Lucretia Hughes. Let's get into these articles. If you're still over there on TikTok, I got kicked off. I don't know. I have no idea, and I'm not going to even try to figure it out. I only got 25 cents. All right, then. Gavin Newsom advised Californians to skip Chevron as company blames him for high gas prices. What did he think he was going to get? And now, instead of blaming himself for the overbearing regulations and all of that's going on in California, he's telling y'all, don't worry about your gas, skip Chevron. Y'all better explain to me how he's still y'all governor, but okay, y'all try to recall him twice. Democrat Governor Gavin Newsom called upon Californians to skip Chevron. How many gas stations y'all got out there? It says this holiday weekend after the company began posting signs blaming the government for high gas prices. Where's the lie? Where's that lie? Where's the lie? Who set the gas prices? Who's the governor? What did he say he was going to do? What happened to the oil refineries off in California? Then what in the world is he finna fix his lip for and not take accountability of the disaster that he created himself in California with the gas prices and everything else? Anyone remember Trump in the last couple of months said, hey, guess what we're about to do? You're going to reopen up those refineries. Did they ever reopen? Because Gavin Newsom closed them. And then wasn't he also importing crude oil? So whose fault is it again? Back to this. The governor issued his call on a post on X advising Californians to purchase unbranded gas instead. You're going to get water in your tank. Don't do that. It says the Californians, if you are hitting the road this holiday weekend, be sure to avoid Chevron. Pro tip, unbranded gas come from the same refinery, storage tanks, and pipelines, and it meets the same state standards, and keep your engine running clean, even if it doesn't have a fancy name like Techron. Big oil is already making billions off Trump-Iran war. Don't let them rip you off even more by overpaying for a brand name. Excuse you. See, this is, and somebody's going to believe it.
They don't have more brands than Chevron?
I don't know. He said get off brand. Okay then. Y'all, he won't take accountability, but he's going to. It says, though Newsom made no mention of it, the governor issued his call after Chevron began posting signs at various stations blaming him and Democrats for high gas prices in the Golden State due to taxes. They said this when they, you know what, for anybody that believe it, you just believe whatever you want at this point. It says that Sacramento policy did this. Yes, we talked about it before it even went to $6-7 a gallon. It says, now you pay more, the sign says. California politicians are choosing foreign oil and fuel over local jobs and lower costs. That's not a lie. That's because he signed, it's his policies. It says, noted by NBC News, the average gas price in California sat at $6.14 per gallon on Tuesday, about $1.58 higher than the national average, according to American Automobile Association. So, again, the state taxed consumers about 70 cents per gallon of gas, according to the State Energy Commission. Newsom, who often touts the state's status as the global climate leader, has passed policies in the recent years aimed at cracking down on the oil company profits and reducing gas prices. No, he hasn't. All of the climate regulations, the state regulations, and all the rest of that, and the policies that they set forth, no, that comes straight from Sacramento, not Chevron. It says that he signed the law in 2023, allowing the State Energy Commission to penalize oil companies for excess profits, declaring the state had finally beat big oil. No, you didn't. It said Chevron spokesperson Ross Allen previously said that the company launched a campaign 3 years ago to inform drivers about California policies. So to sit here and have to, y'all, and people believing what Gavin Newsom ain't doing or taking credit for his own jacked up policies, I don't understand it, but it is what it is. All right, then, back over here. Hey there. So if you're paying $6 and something cents a gallon for a regular unleaded, what the hell are you paying for diesel? Do they still allow diesel trucks to go through California? Hey there. Hey, Trish, how you doing out there? Hey, Didi, bet he has gas cards on from the government to pay for his gas. Do it look like he even drive? Okay, then. Hey, Terry, what's going on? Newsom and his climate BS is high, but import everything. During this whole debacle with Iran, didn't Trump say he was going to reopen those refineries out there and forget what Gavin Newsom got to say and his regulators and all of the climate activists because the gas was so damn high? And now Gavin Newsom saying it's not his fault. Okay then. Hey, Jen, I received my package today. Yay! I'm so excited. Thank y'all so much. It would just say thank you, Tanya. It took a while, but I'm glad you got it. Got your shirt and your cups. I think that's what you got. So thank you, Jen, for even ordering from Fallback USA. -2.myshopify.com. Thank you. Hey, Debbie, how you been? It's been a minute. Miss you too, girl. Don't even worry about it. Newsom is rude. I was about to say that out loud. Retarded. Tried to tax and close in the refineries. Thank you, Trish. That whole entire article bypassed that all the way around. All the way around. Hey there, Trish. How you doing? What's this one? Sarah. It's from BBC. I see artificial. I saw artificial. Hold on. I think I shared this morning. If people are going to take the Ebola vaccine, they perpetual victims. Excuse me, or living in perpetual fear. This is from the UK BBC, but you can find it in Breitbart. You can find it on Gateway Pundit. You can also find it on New York Post. But this came out this morning. UK scientists developing Ebola vaccine that could be ready for trials in months. If you put your hand up that you finna take that Ebola vaccine, how you find me? Because I'm going to say it again. Don't do it, y'all. It says scientists at Oxford University are developing a new vaccine that could be ready for clinical trials within 2 to 3 months to help tackle the Ebola emergency. The outbreak centered on the Democratic Republic of Congo. Hold the hell up. Don't they always catch, Ebola? It's like every time, every other decade, every other 6 years to 10 years, 20 years. Didn't Ebola come out of the Congo once before and they didn't tamper that down already? I'm asking. It seemed like if we're talking about Ebola, it came from Africa. What country? We have no idea. And there you go. It says the outbreak centered in the Congo has resulted in 750 suspected cases and 177 deaths. The rare species of Ebola, known as Bundigoyo, for which there is no proven vaccines, kills around a third of those infected. And what is the vaccine supposed to do? It says, but scientists say they are working urgently in case the outbreak spiral and their experimental vaccine is needed. They forever using Africans as test subjects. Well, they got some of y'all too, so there you go. In a wider region of risk, it is also now considered to be high, but it remains a low internationally. Yeah, because I'm not falling for this. We already had Ebola touch America soil. What happened? They said, floop, made it real big in the news and flew, it went away. And then we heard some nurse being quarantined and she was suing everybody. It says this comes after the WHO declared the public health emergency of international concerns on Sunday. You concerned? Dave, you concerned? Michelle, you concerned? Trish, y'all concerned out there? Bonnie, Debbie, y'all concerned over on this? Kim Lamborghini, Spews, y'all concerned? I didn't think so. It says also in its stress that the outbreak was not a scamdemic. Good, I couldn't have cared less if it grew wings on a bat. I wasn't finna fall for it. All right, then. So, Sarah, way to go with the new virus. Thank God you did it after I was off TikTok, okay? Oh, they got upset and said when we got to take them out. Yeah, they said, I don't know, and really don't care at this point. I'm not appealing it. All right, I'm not appealing it. All right, then. It's thunder and lightning here now. Melissa, be safe. Be careful. Like I said, just pay attention to the weather. If it's thundering and lightning, like I said, if you live somewhere where you cannot hear sirens, just keep your phone on a charger. Get your battery just in case. And just if the lights go out and electricity go down, then make sure you have a backup plan to charge your batteries. But yeah, I don't like thunder nor lightning. I'm still in that mode of our grandparents used to say, cut off all the TV because the Lord is working. Okay, yeah. I'm still in that mode of when it starts thundering and lightning, I get extremely quiet and let God do his work. Hey there, Margie, pure blood. I ain't doing no Ebola back. Listen, y'all. I mark myself safe from Ebola. All right, then, there you go. I will not be taking any kind of vaccine. Me either. I hope they got it all out when they stood us in line. I hope they got it all right there. I hope it's still working in the system. I don't care if it ain't. If you're a doctor or a nurse or a scientist or a lab technician. If it ain't, I take my chances with the Heavenly Father at this point. Not with anything y'all cooking up in the lab right about now. I'm not doing it. Well, you don't trust. Nope, I sure the hell don't. Yeah, pretty much a whole bunch of other people, American citizens, don't trust y'all no more. That's why y'all closing hospitals and a whole bunch of people are not going to the doctor's offices. Yeah, after y'all pulled that in 2020 and beyond, it's going to be very hard for people to have faith in the medical field. What? You did that. I didn't. Hey there. Hey, Jen, no vaccine. Period. Not right here. Hey, Annie, how you doing? Storming in Greenwood, South Carolina. We heard it early, and we're in Hartwell, Georgia. So we could hear the thunder a lot. The sun is out now, but every now and then it must be raining somewhere in South Carolina. We're so close to the border. Hey there, Annie. Be safe out there. Hey, Bunny. What day? Oh, yeah, what?
South Carolina's getting.
What part of South Carolina? Anderson, Greenville.
Oh, yeah.
All of that up in there? Lawrence. It's all up the 85 corridor.
Spartanburg.
Spartanburg, yep. It's just marching
Yeah.
through rush hour. Child.
Augusta's about to get hit.
Or if you live in Augusta, which is east, make sure you are safe out there. Y'all just pay attention. Pay attention to the weather apps, television, storm chasers, whatever you watch. Y'all just be safe out there during this time. Hey there.
Getting hit.
Who?
Thompson, Georgia.
What's Thompson, Georgia?
They're down west of Augusta.
Okay then.
West of Augusta.
Oh, okay. I'm looking for a huge living room rug and long hallway rug. So if in a Temu, you better go on over there to the broke Amazon. Temu. Go on over there in Temu. You go.
Napkin.
No, she ain't gonna get no nap. They got some good stuff over there, Dave. Hey there, get in McGroins. How you doing out there, Princess Grace? Hey girl, hey Spews, hey everybody. So do not forget Friday, happy Fallback Friday at that. Let me close that one out. Let me get on over here and see anybody came up in here. What's up, Rhonda? She said what? It is thundering and lightning now. Y'all just be safe. On to the next one. Here we go. Trump-backed candidates dominate primaries as supporters push back against a MAGA is dead narrative. This they wishful thinking. That's why they're taking out all these rhinos. It says President Donald Trump and his supporters are pointing to a string of primary election victories as evidence that the America First movement remains a dominant force within Republican politics, despite repeat claims from critics, pundits, and lefties that the MAGA movement is fading. Not by a long shot. Not by a long shot. Even with Trump go, it's not going anywhere. They're going to wishful thinking, but make America great again for every red-blooded American. That's always going to be your top priority, is making not only America great, but your communities great. So I don't see MAGA going anywhere, because I keep telling you, you cannot separate America first from MAGA. It don't work that way. It says a graphic shared Tuesday on Trump Truth Social account highlighted that the president describes as a 37-win to 0 losses record tied with his endorsement candidates in the recent primary elections. The post referenced victories across multiple states, including Georgia, Pennsylvania, Alabama, Kentucky, Idaho, and Oregon. Woo! What happened in Oregon? It says the result comes as several establishment Republicans and liberal commentators have argued in recent months, not weeks, months. I've been hearing this. MAGA's dead. MAGA's fading. MAGA this, MAGA that. I'm like, where we at? I'm still here. I'm still here. So I don't see MAGA fading at all. Keep going. It says for recent months that Trump political influence was weakening following the legal battles, media criticisms, and growing division within the Republican Party. No, there's always been 4 cliques inside of the Republican Party. I've said this, I don't know how long. That's 4 separate groups inside that makes the Republican Party, 4 of them. So until you learn the different forces like Grassroots, the elected, then you have the rhinos, and then you have the globalists. So there's 4 cliques. Understand what I'm saying? Inside of the Republican Party. So until people recognize that, then you can't explain it to people. And that's why a lot of these people that want to hitch their wagon onto the Mitch McConnells, onto the Thooms, onto the cronies, it's like they have no power. And as you see in it, they don't have any power. The power comes from the grassroots. The power comes from we the people. The power comes from the community. The power comes from the voters, the ones you're supposed to get out here and talk to and ask them their concerns. Not with your friends up in the upper echelon, how they feel, but actually the voters who's going to actually vote for you, how they feel. So when you understand there's 4 different classes inside of the Republican Party, you'll try to figure out where you fit in at. But sometimes pick the right table and the right group. If not, you're going to have heartburn. However, the latest round of primaries outcomes appears that the show continues voter support for candidates aligned with Trump policies and political messages. We don't want any globalism. And that's exactly what the pencil pushers or, the elected representatives that they keep talking about, the ones they reference into, don't nobody want globalists. We want America. It says in Georgia, Trump-backed candidates secured multiple victories and during the statewide races, adding to what supporters described as a growing momentum among grassroots conservatives. Similar outcomes were reported in other states where Republican voters selected candidates viewed as closely aligned with president's position on immigration, border security, election integrity, economic policy, and reducing federal government expansion. The rhinos, the globalists, no, they don't want any of that. That is why they was doing backroom deals. Tim Burchett came out here and told you today. Now they in recess. So, yeah, we don't want to go back to that old style of politicking. Okay? It says critics, however, argue that while Trump-backed candidates may continue winning Republican primaries, the broader question remains how those candidates will perform in the general election among independents and suburban voters. I'm not sweating the small details. Yeah, I'm not gonna sit out here and panic, y'all. I'm gonna remind y'all gently to vote. Tell you why you need to vote. But other than that, the sky's falling and the Democrats gonna win. You need to get out there and vote. If not, you're a traitor. Vote early, vote early. I ain't gonna never do y'all like that. I know y'all saw it during this whole primary. I saw it on my timeline. Where Republicans with this bully pulpit, where it's like, you need to vote early, vote early, vote early. You vote when you want to. And vote, as long as you vote. But all of this, bullying people, that makes you no better than a Democrat. It says, still, the recent primary results have proven a renewed enthusiasm among Trump supporters who view the victories as proof that the MAGA movement continued to shape the direction of the Republican Party at both the state and national level. So all these people that's out here right now saying, oh, the Republicans are going to lose, they lose this, and it's just Trump's fault. Yeah, whatever. Whatever. We your worst nightmares because y'all can't figure out how this guy keep winning across the board. Hey there, hey everybody. So that was a great article. Well, where is Sarah Smith at? Girl, bring them on over here. But other than that, all that temper tantrum and I'm gonna bully you into voting early. Dude, shut up. Seriously. Hey Kim Lamborghini, what's going on? Yes, local voters views. Yes, supposed to be. Hey there, hey, what's going on, Kim? It's I just left the Trump rally in New York. He was speaking today. Yeah, I would say, yeah, he was speaking today. How was it? Was it still a good crowd? Was it still a lot of people? Trump still can command a crowd of people. Wow. Even after he only got like 2.5 years left, he is still commanding presence in a crowd. Way to go. That's how you know he's a good president. Hey there, what's going on, Margie? Margie, how you doing? They forgot who they were for. Oh, that was decades ago. These they on a power trip like it ain't nothing. Ugh. And then they say that's their seat. No, it's not. That's not how politics work. That is their power. No, that's not. It's power to the people. It's the people's power. And then they start forgetting. Then they come out here, don't even want to talk to you. Then they don't even want to answer questions. And then they start, doing those secret deals, backroom deals that Tim Burchett was talking about today and he was angry about today. So John Thune could have passed a lot of this to save at the, reconciliation bill, all of this stuff. This is what this game that they play with the American citizens, our money, our time, and talent. Hey there, Trish. How you doing? Oregon is filled with political hacks and lost souls. I don't know if it can ever be fixed. Wait a minute. Ain't Oregon that said every drug go? Y'all can just do fentanyl on the street and they ain't gonna say nothing. Is it? Yes, that's Oregon. I couldn't believe y'all state allowed all drugs to be legal. They don't want no smart people in Oregon at all, do they? They said we just gonna give and pass out Darwin Awards. Hey Donella, I'm sure she has. I don't think she likes wearing glasses. There you go, Donella. I still got the glasses and they are in arm's reach. When I can't see, you'll see me trying to put them on. But if I put them on, this is what you see, Donella. You see the ring cam. You can see everything in these glasses. I mean, they everything. It looked like an Easter egg in my eyeballs. Hey there, Thum need to go. Girl, yes. I ain't even stuttering off that one. You talking about a backdoor dealing, underhanded person? Yeah. Mm-hmm. But that's what you get in the Senate. Hey there, Sandy. How you doing? Like and share. That's what Grandma Barker said. Like and share. Like and share. Oh, but I thought MAGA was dead. Honey, where we at? We still here. And it's still a thorn in their side. And they still can't figure out why we still support Donald J. Trump. Remember, we're cult people. We in a cult. I'm like, shut up. Hey there, Sarah. What's this one? All right, then. South Carolina. Yes, I saw that. I told you, McMaster's. People. There's a lot of people in Columbia, South Carolina right now that can't stand a whole bunch of rhinos. And there's a whole bunch of grassroots groups in South Carolina that is trying to do exactly what Indiana did. And that is to get rid of all those rhinos. Listen, rhino treachery strikes again in the South Carolina. Senate kills motion to expedite Trump-backed redistricting. What Trump-back got to do? That's Henry McMaster's. And that was the Supreme Court of the United States. 6 Republicans joined Democrats to jeopardize the 7-0 GOP congressional map and protect Jim Clyburn gerrymandering seat. It says the South Carolina Senate just killed a critical motion to expedite the Trump-backed congressional redistricting effort. Would it be McMaster? Because McMaster is the governor. I don't think Trump called a special session. It says South Carolina Senate killed a motion to expedite redistricting. This put the entire effort in serious jeopardy. Who is doing all this? Sounding the alarm. It says 6 Republicans voted with Dems to kill it. The motion would have suspended Rule 15B to allow immediate closure. It said without this, they can drag the debate out past the start date of early voting. Then let them drag it out. The vote failed to meet the 2/3 threshold. Luke Rankin of Horry, Myrtle Beach, Georgia. Horry County is Myrtle Beach. Horry County is Myrtle Beach, South Kakalaki. Horry. So the representative from, is this the person that they was talking about? Why you reelect them? But Horry, South Carolina County is Myrtle Beach. Did not vote. It says the 6 Republican traitors who voted with the Democrats to block the motion and protect the status quo is Rex Rice, Pickens, South Carolina, Shane Massey, Edgefield County, Edgefield, South Carolina, Sheen Bennett, Dorchester, Chip Campson, Charleston, also Tom Davis, Beaufort, and also Greg Hemby, Horry, Myrtle Beach. It says this is the same crew of weaklings. Okay, then. Plus one new addition who previously blocked an effort to extend the session, as Gateway Pundit reported earlier this month, when 5 of them handed Democrats a temporary win to defy massive pressure from President Donald Trump himself. So, excuse you, Donald Trump is not the governor of South Carolina. It's McMaster's. Henry, to be exact. So stop the blood clot crying. Gateway Pundit getting up there with all that too, just sounding more and more like Dinesh D'Souza's with the clickbait crap. Hey there, Trish, how you doing? Stable genius. What is this? He's a master chess. Yeah, I call him Jarquavius. Hey there, hey everybody. Hey Tammy, how you doing out there? President Donald Trump is a master in chess. We are winning because he knows how to play the game. Bada bing. Poor dad, rich dad. I mean, all of that. How to be a billionaire. Hey there, Anna. How you doing? Hey, Donella. And she says support too. So, yes, please, everybody. Y'all make sure y'all support. And then as Christy Fowler keep bringing up more and more articles. Loving it. Hey, Princess Grace. My sister live in Horry County. That's Myrtle Beach. I've spoken there 3 separate times, Horry, South Carolina. So, and the people over there still know a whole bunch of people that live in Myrtle Beach, and they have been complaining about that guy. But it's like, come on now, if you're going to keep voting him in, why keep complaining? Dave, let her out before she sit there and just claw you to death. That'll be great. Hey there, Rhonda. How you doing? It's Karma-ish. Hey, Karma. How you doing? What's up, YouTubers? Okay, Dave, he said we are at the top of the hour. Y'all stay tuned. We'll be right back. Go ahead, Dave. The Real News was never built by corporations. It was built by people like you, patriots who refuse to stay silent. When you join the Real News Founders Movement on Patreon, you become part of something bigger than a show. You become part of the mission. Get exclusive behind-the-scenes content, members-only updates, and direct connections with me and Dave and the Real News community. From supporters to founded members, every membership helps us keep independent media alive and growing. Join the movement today. Visit patreon.com/Lucretia Hughes and help us build something real.
This is not just merchandise. This is a movement. At Real News with Lucretia Hughes, we believe in standing boldly for God, family, and country. And now you can wear that message everywhere you go. From handmade, one-of-a-kind bags to custom apparel, faith-inspired kitchenware, coffee mugs, and exclusive Real News gear. Every purchase helps support independent journalism, grassroots truth, and our growing family business. This store was built with faith, family, hard work, and you. So shop now, support the mission, stand for faith, freedom, and America. So visit the store today and help us keep Real News alive.
Welcome back, everybody. I had to hurry up and do that because I didn't. I went back over there to TikTok. Then they saying appeal was approved or I was approved. No. And guess what it was? Because John, the new guy, whoever was, when they said we need to wipe them out in November.
So they cut you off.
Cut me off. He the one that put it in the damn chat room. I responded and read it, and they said that was a violation. Wipe them out. Wipe all of the Democrats out. Get your ass out the vote, 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 vote. How about that for election integrity? Vote them out. I mean, welcome back to the Real News with Lucretia Hughes, where I'm sick of algorithms thinking they know more than humans. If you don't know how the way we talk, then don't even try it. So like I said, everybody, y'all get on over there and support, donate, or go to FALLBACK, USA-2.myshopify.com. Y'all can support us that way or get behind, because I'm going to keep standing. I'm not stopping anytime soon. Go over there and download the book today. It is $10 for Still Standing. Or you can get right over there and get One Nation Still Under God for, I think it is $12.99. Or again, you can pay what you please and it gets to us instantaneously. So this is what I got to put up with. Ain't nothing I said was a lie. They was the one that said it was a water main break. They the ones that got issues with the damn Dominion voting machine. So other than that, wipe them out. Welcome to the Red Kingdom. Stay in your blue states. Red Kingdom. Welcome to the... I ain't gonna never stop talking about the election. Okay, then. It was that angry enough for me. Welcome back, everybody, to the Real News with Lucretia Hughes, where I can't stand even computers lying on people. The hell is that? All right, then. Get it together. And as Donnella said, let me put my glasses on. Maybe that'll make you feel better. Worse for me. In the arms of an angel. Donate. Fly away with me. Donate. In the arms of an angel. Because I'm about sick of damn AI already. And y'all finna sit here and want a computer chip in your brain. All right, then. I'm back over here. One Nation. Just still under God. All right. Hey there, Sarah. Thank you, girl. Don't be bringing up no damn diseases. Wipe them out. Wipe them out. Wipe them out. I better wrote this. I have better had damn. I didn't write this. I did not write this. You went to yournews.com, got an article off and over there, and it ain't one of mine? Ugh. All right, I'm going to give Sam Anthony and his crew some love. And he owns yournews.com. Comer says that the Epstein witness identified 3 previously unknown alleged abusers. That whole damn title is confusing. We got to throw up some air quotes. It says Your News Media Newsroom. I don't know who it is over there on Your News. Probably Sam himself. The House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer said Thursday that congressional investigators obtained the names of 3 previously unidentified alleged abusers. Say their names. Say their names. Say their names. It says, during a closed-door transcribed interview with Sarah Kellen, a longtime associate of Epstein, who has claimed she herself victimized by Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. In comments released from the meeting, Comer described the interview as the committee's most significant session so far. I thought that would have been Hillary and Bill, the way he was smirking and reminiscing. No? Okay, then I read too much in that. It says she was very brave coming forward. Comer said, told reporters, I can't imagine how difficult it was for her to go into detail about the abuse that she endured at the hands of Epstein and Maxwell. Comer stated that the investigators reviewed new information about additional individuals allegedly connected to the abuse network. One very positive thing today is that she gave us 3 names of people that were involved in the abuse, and these were new names for us. Who are they? Who? Okay. It says the Oversight Committee chairman said that the committee plans to publicly release the information. When? 2035? Lucretia. Interview transcripts, once victim names and identifying information are redacted. Take a black magic marker, start lying, and you could have had that out today. It says, so far as these alleged abusers, then we'll let the whole world see that and we'll be able to move forward. Comer also addressed questions raised during the interview about President Donald Trump, saying Democrat members of the committee repeatedly attempt to establish a connection between Trump and Epstein trafficking operation, and that went down the drain. The Democrats have one goal, it appears to me, this is James talking, verify this narrative that Trump is involved, and he's not. Losers. Jeez. That's just not the case, and I think this is going to be a good day for us to move forward. The House Oversight Committee has continued conducting interviews connecting the Epsteins and associates. Ain't nobody going to jail yet. I mean, Scotland Yard doing more than our own federal government when it comes to this. Comer noted that the investigators also interviewed a former Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, also Howard Lutnick regarding their past connections to Epstein. None of those individuals have been accused of wrongdoing. I had to read that last part. Ain't none of them been accused of doing wrongdoing. She got a whole list of people that cannot breathe or speak for themselves right now. I mean, come on. Okay, what's this one? Yes, I'm not reading that one. Garcia, that a federal judge dismissed criminal trial. Yeah, I didn't even share that, girl. Hey, Sue House, how you doing? Hey, Annie, that person, please don't vote in South Carolina. Stop it. Richard, South Carolina area. Heck yeah. You talking about Horry County area? Absolutely. Sure, yeah. North Myrtle or South Myrtle. Either or, all of that's rich around now. So they rich around to wrench it out. Just pretty much. That's why they said, hey, ain't no more bike week if y'all don't know how to act. Period, pretty much. I mean, seriously, bike week, Myrtle Beach was the place to go. Horry County. It's nothing but richy rich and the rich of the richies. Okay? Rich. All right? So yes, that's a very rich county in South Carolina where they hold a lot of weight. Sure do. But that representative need to be kicked out of there by now. Y'all just leave them in there to death do y'all part. All right, then what's this one? No. I read that too, but I said this is going to piss me off. I don't even want to read it. But now that Christy Fowler decided that she's not on TikTok. She could let it rip. I'm on YouTube. All right, then, here we go. Only 8 House Democrats voted for the Protect the Kids Act to stop school requiring parental consent before school change a student's gender and pronoun. And you, everybody still think Democrats gonna win. It says this week the House passed H.R. 2616, the Parental Rights Over the Education and Care of Their Kids Act, also called Protect Kids Act. The act was passed by a vote of 217 to 198. Only 8 House Democrats voting for the bill. They must have a very tight races. Or so. Either or. H.R. 2616 required public elementary and middle schools that receive federal funding under the Elementary and Secondary Education Act to obtain explicit parental consent before changing a student's gender markers, pronouns, or preferred names on school records and form. What that should become, girl, why we need a bill for that? But I guess you got to put it in paper and writing. Further, it also prohibits the use of federal funds to teach or advance gender ideology. Teach them ABCs and 1, 2, 3s. In elementary school and middle school, they teaching this stuff. But not how to read and write without a tablet.
You don't need that.
Or they don't know how to write with a pencil.
You don't need that.
They don't know how to write cursive.
I don't need that.
But they need to know that there's a litter box in the back of the classroom.
That's where things are important.
They need to know about pronouns.
That's going to help them further in life.
In our life of what? Of the penitentiary or the insane asylum?
That's where the kids should be. We
The-
have to protect and take care of and nurture.
He's trying to be facetious over here. It says, despite protecting parents' right and their ability to protect their own children, only 8 Democrats voted for the bill. It says Tim Walberg of Michigan, who is the chairman of the Committee on Education and Workforce, sponsored the bill. He was a Republican. It says Walberg spoke on the floor in support of the bill, saying, "Mr. Speaker, I rise today in a strong support for H.R. 2616, stopping the Indoctrination and Protecting the Kids Act. For years, concerned parents have felt ignored as education bureaucrats push radical agendas in school without their knowledge or input. During the scamdemic, when kitchen tables became classrooms, parents got a first-hand look at what was really being taught, what many saw raise serious concern." I think that is when the parents said, y'all learning this. We sending y'all off to school, and this is what they teaching y'all. No wonder you dumb. Hold on. Let me go on and sit at the kitchen table. I'm going to sit here, not on camera, but I want to hear what the teacher's saying. You remember that one teacher in Tennessee that said, "I don't think that parents need to be paying attention to what the kids are learning in school." I said, that's their children. And they're not in school. They are homeschooling right now. And they are overhearing all the gobbledygook that you're actually teaching the children. And now the parents are very concerned. I remember that. They was like, the parents don't need to know what we're teaching your children. And if they do, they're going to be meddling in our business. I said, they're their babies. They have every right to meddle in anything when it comes to their offsprings, especially if you're trying to change their sexual preferences or what the hell they was born with. Yeesh. I couldn't believe so many states was trying to pass that and then trying to take the parental rights away. And then you had all of the FBI sitting out there at school board meetings taking down license plate numbers. Yeah, ain't forgetting none of this. Like, we gonna pretend none of that damn happened. It did. All right then. Instead of focusing on basic math and reading, many teachers in schools were introducing controversial lessons like gender ideology and pronouns. See, spot, run. All while student achievement plummeted and continued to this day. They was racing to the top and they forgot that nobody had any fuel in order to get there. It says one study from Defending Education found at least 21,000 Schools across the United States have policies that allow or encourage staff to hide a student's name check. I gotta read that again. I had to wipe my damn eyes. Hold on, Donella. Here's your glasses. Let me put these on. Make sure I can see clearly now what was written. Hold up. One study from Defending Education found that at least 21,000 schools across the United States have policies that allow or encourage staff to hide a student's name change or gender identity. And no wonder during the scamdemic, school choice was on the rise, and homeschooling was too. No wonder in all these states, y'all are losing students in public schools in droves. You don't teach crap. This is what y'all teach. The lack of transparency, risk confusion, undermine trust, and weaken the initial partnership between families and schools. It is also places teachers in a difficult position, sometimes expecting them to withhold information from parents or be less than fully transparent. That is not your damn child, number one. These policies are incredibly harmful to children and families. In fact, we're now seeing a wealth of data that proves that children and teenagers who seek out dramatic, life-altering medical procedures often struggle with mental health issues now and beyond. Instead of supporting kids, these secretive gender transitions, often encouraged by radical school officials, do more harm than good. At the same time, many parents are asking a simple question: why aren't schools more focused on helping students recover academically? Test scores in key subjects remain stagnant or have declined, and students are still working to overcome the scamdemic era learning loss. Parents, teachers, and school leaders should be working together to support student success, not at odds with one another. Because at this point, you're teaching kids what? Homeschool if you can. Co-op it if you can. Becoming a homeschool, homeschool co-ops. They're all around the United States. They're probably all in your community. You just didn't know. If your kids and you feel like they're not advancing in school and they're not learning anything and it's going opposite of what you expect, then start looking into the homeschooling or co-op homeschooling. And it's a lot of churches, a lot of organizations, civic organizations, they have band together. This is what co-oping means. Parents have got fed up with the education system. They decided to band together, parents banding together with usually old educators or stuff like that, and they come together and they do a co-oping homeschool. So the kids are with like-minded children their age. So if you've really been thinking about homeschooling, now is the time before your kids literally be bad. Okay then. Hey there, hey Trish, hey Melissa, how you doing out there? Hey everybody. Yes, they are. They have been doing that for a while now. Trish, where the hell the parents at? Never mind. We all know. We kind of know. This is the very reason I told my kids to homeschool 6 years ago. At this point, they'll learn more from not being in school than being in school. School ain't what it cracked up to be no more. All you got to do is look at the test scores across the nation. It says Tennessee doubles down on new toxicology law that broke the silence on psychiatric drugs and mass. Told you, we the people told you so. Do da, hey, we the people told you so. Oh, do da day. I named it. I always said, why y'all don't look at the pharmaceutical companies and all the drugs they pump it into children? You gotta trust the science and experts and the doctors. There's a correlation of mass shootings and all of this stuff in school with pharmaceutical drugs. You don't know. I didn't say I didn't know what the hell I was talking about, but I said I guestified it. And we the people told you so. I told you. putting all them kids on all those psychotropic drugs, you don't think nothing is going to happen to them, make them flip their wig? Seriously? But no, blame the gun. No, blame the teacher. Blame everybody else. But the drugs that is screwing up all of their brain. You know what? Let's just read from the expert, since Christy put it out here. Tennessee doubled down on a new toxicology law. It says, congratulations to Tennessee for taking the lead and setting a powerful example for other states to follow, proving that public safety should be the guiding light in the aftermath of the Covenant school mass shooting in Nashville, where 3 children and 3 adults were murdered. Tennessee was swept into the political storm that focused almost entirely on gun ownership. Blaming the gun. They was going to flip their wig no matter what happened. They could have took a box truck at that point. A knife, a spoon, a fork. Okay then, but it says gun ownership while pushing urgent questions about the psychiatric toxicology and transparency to the margins. What followed was a long, bruising fight on whether the state would accept a one-track narrative or demand full disclosure of medical evidence surrounding mass violence. I said, hey, check them drugs they taking. All of them it all leads to the same thing. All of them was on somebody's psychotropic drugs, on somebody's mind-altering drug. And I was right. And we was right, because I wasn't the only one that threw that out there. It's the medicine, baby. Okay, back to this. Sheila Matthew of Able Child and Amy Miller, a leading voice in medical freedom for over a decade in Tennessee, pressed the question many lawmakers and institutions did not want asked. What was in Audrey Hale's system? That means drugs it was taken. What psychiatric treatment had been involved, and why was the public being denied access to potentially critical facts? Because Big Pharma don't want to be blamed for mind-bending drugs. Now go look at every mass shooter and see what they was on. And it all goes back to pharmaceutical drugs. Not weed, not Mary Jane, not your marijuana. No, psychotropic, mind-altering drugs. Good now that you got proof. No more speculations or no more conspiracy theory. I was like, hey, I guarantee you they own something. Yep, pretty much. Might be Zoloft, ADHD, something. They own something. Yeah, you ain't gonna convince me. You just gonna, snap in mentally. Nah, that was some warnings. Let's see what they taking. And fly out. Somebody else with some power finally got Tennessee to pay attention. Now the rest of the nation, I have no idea. It says their position was simple and direct. No honest investigation of mass violence is complete if a toxicology, prescription drug exposure, and treatment history are ignored or withdrawn. So, we can't tell you what's in this until 75 years and all of us are gone. Then you can point the finger at someone else. No, we want to know now why you jacking up a whole bunch of people's brains. But if you've ever been on any type of antidepressant, Zoloft, Cifril, any of this stuff, it tells you do not immediately just stop taking this stuff. You have to wean yourself off of the drug. Stop playing with some people. Yes. Long before the Covenant, it says the able-bodied had spent years in Connecticut and across the country challenging secrecy around psychiatric drugs and violence, especially after Sandy Hook. Working with the CCHR, Able Child sued for access to Adam Lezana toxicology report and pressed Connecticut officials, including State Attorney Stephen Szynski's office, to stop shielding critical medical evidence from the public. And it also helped keep scrutiny on Dr. Paul Fox Lezana, treating psychiatrist who later criminal case intensified questions about the psychiatric system surrounding one of the most infamous mass killers in American history. The national history have given force to the Tennessee efforts as anti-gun protests flood the Capitol and called for firearm restriction dominated the debate. Able Child position cut directly against the preferred script If the goal is prevention, then the state must collect all the evidence, not just the evidence that serves politics. It says the proposed legislation focus on something basic but explosive, requiring drug testing for therapeutic levels of psychotropic drugs and other relevant substances in mass shooters, so the state could no longer claim ignorance while refusing to examine the medical fact. Booyah! Told you it was psychotropic drug behind a lot of this stuff. And it wasn't because a gun jumped in their hand, because they ain't got legs to jump to begin with. But back to this one. The first round was hard fought and unsuccessful. In 2023, despite the urgency of the issue, the committee chair did call the bill to be heard, but the sponsor wasn't there to present it. It caused a little confusion, and then the bill was withdrawn. The proposed bill stalled while the Capitol remained consumed by demands for more gun control. I remember all this. And then he wanted the suicide letter, the manifesto. Did that really come out yet, or is it still being some of it redacted? It says that, but the bill failure did not end the fight. It exposed how fiercely the political system resists any inquiry that might shift attention from the weapons alone to the psychiatric treatments, institutional responsibility, and the missing data. I'm telling you, I always ask during these mass shootings, what drugs was they on? Well, you don't have compassion. Well, you even sit here and blame an inanimate object either. What drugs were they taking? Well, we don't feel that is not public knowledge. You don't need to know somebody's medical history. We need to, because it seems like a whole bunch of these people that are mass shooters are on somebody, say it with me now, psychotropic drug. And we know Big Pharma and their lobbyists on K Street suppress a lot of this information, and actually it is a part of the 45 rules of communist goals that the psychiatric field should be able to diagnose all these freaks before anybody else. So I've always said, yeah, no, I don't care. Yeah, I ain't blaming no gun. Yeah, take your pity party on somewhere else. There's many guns in this house. See if Dave, run in there, see if they done got, grew legs and started walking. See if they jump in your head if you say abracadabra. And I just want to know. I just want to know if the gun go, summon is it? Say, jump in my hands. See if that inanimate object gonna jump up and actually just jump in his hand. So all of this, I've always said it. No, you ain't for not. Nope. I ain't blaming no guns. Nope. Blame the parent, maybe. I ain't blaming no gun. I guarantee you they on some drugs. I ain't talking about meth in it either.
Well, Mr. 357 did come in the room.
Yeah, but you had to go tote it.
Exactly.
Okay then. Hey, Mr. 357. Sitting here always wanting to blame an inanimate object. Well, then if we're going to blame an inanimate object, blame the drugs. Hey there, Tracy. Hey, Tracy. I have a school tax added to all my Why? You ain't got no kid. Girl, they gon'. Okay, I'm gonna read you. I'm before I inject myself, because I got mad for you. It says I have a school tax added to all my property tax and no kids in the school. Where is my school tax going? Because it's not kids' education. Girl, I'm finna say roads, but that's far-fetched. I'm trying to make you feel better. Trash, maybe pick up on the side of the street. No. New tires on the buses. School books. I don't know. I put it to you like this. If you ain't got no damn babies in school, why we still paying school taxes? Girl, go on and see if you get a homestead exemption. Go on and see if you get an exemption from that. Go down to your tax assessor and appeal your taxes, okay? And tell them that you don't have kids in school, so why are you paying this? And then, depending on what age you are, see if you could get a homestead exemption. That means for as long as you stay at your property, it won't rise. It stays the same. So go to your tax assessor, take your tax bill, and go and see if you can appeal your tax and see if you can get a homestead exemption. And if you're over a certain age, and I'm thinking it's like 65 or something like that, See about those taxes too can be lowered. A lot of people don't know this, but once you hit a certain age, you're qualified, especially if you own property, you're qualified, guaranteed homestead exemption. So you have to pay a tax, but it's normally like $1,800 a year. It doesn't go up to where regular people pay taxes because you are a certain age. So come to see if you qualify. Don't tell everybody and their grandma, and then they're going to be mad. But see if you qualify, especially if you ain't got no damn babies in school. I'm like, hey, what's this tax for? What can I do to get this lower? I am on blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. Can I get a homestead exemption? And see if that works out. Just go try it. Don't think you can't, because every community, every state, every town that has a tax commissioner have a homestead exemption everywhere. So most people don't know this because they ain't finna tell you that, hey, you get a homestead exemption. Most things you think the tax assessor gonna tell you how to save money and not how to pay higher taxes. I would go up there and I would investigate everything I could to get pennies on the damn dollar if necessary. Go see if it works. Hey, Amy, if kids are in private school, why still school tax? Because you're paying for everybody else. I don't know. Maybe they need a whole new stadium or something. I have no idea where this money been. But it's just like us. We ain't got no kids either. So when we get our place again and get our own place, that's one thing, homestead exemption, especially in the state of Georgia. Absolutely. That is guaranteed inside of the state of Georgia. Not only state taxes, you can get a discount on your state taxes depending on how old you are, and then the homestead exemption. There's multiple ways to lower your tax payment. They're not going to tell you. You got to do your own investigation in order to get down there and ask the right questions. And then the tax assessors and the person that you pay your taxes to, they will tell you if you qualify or not. But they're not going to volunteer this, because if you and every other able-bodied person or every other senior start getting homestead exemption, then there's going to be a problem. So they ain't finna tell you if you don't ask. So go try and ask. Hey there. Hey, Amy, what's going on out there? Hey, Deb, how you doing out there? Democrat donations. Dee Dee, we'll be right back. Y'all stay tuned. Go ahead.
This is not just merchandise. This is a movement. At Real News with Lucretia Hughes, we believe in standing boldly for God, family, and country. And now you can wear that message everywhere you go. From handmade, one-of-a-kind bags to custom apparel, faith-inspired kitchenware, coffee mugs, and exclusive Real News gear. Every purchase helps support independent journalism, grassroots truth, and our growing family business. This store was built with faith, family, hard work, and you. So shop now, support the mission, stand for faith, freedom, and America. So visit the store today and help us keep Real News alive.
One Nation Still Under God, a powerful personal testimony about faith, family, freedom, patriotism, grassroots America, and the fight to preserve the moral foundation. Through deeply personal stories and cultural commentary, this book explores faith in a modern America, the attack on family values, raising children in a culture of confusion, patriotism and freedom, truth, censorship, and a media manipulation, grassroots America and community, hope for a future generation. This is more than a political book. It is a testimony of perseverance, faith, rebuilding, and the belief that America is still worth fighting for. A message for Americans who believe this nation is worth saving. God, family, country, in that order. So order your book today. Y'all get on over there and support Dave. That was Dave's voice, everybody. That was Dave. I keep telling him to do the voiceovers. I'm just biding time for a minute. I'm answering Casper of Bikers for Trump. Okay, then. He's doing good. He was like, why you didn't call me? I did call you. He was like, what number you call? Bernie's and yours? I only got one phone number, Casper. All right, Casper, if you are watching, I just texted you and showed you the number that I called from, but I called, sir. So welcome back, everybody, to the last half hour of The Real News with Lucretia Hughes and Dave. As I said, he hates doing voiceovers, but I'm like, Dave, you got a radio voice, dude, especially like when he really gets started. So he's going to be doing a lot of voiceovers. So y'all get on over there and support, like I said, myself and Dave. Donate today. Donate. Or go to fallbackusa-2.myshopify.com. Or go to Gumroad. You can actually support us that way. $10 or pay what you want. And get the other book, One Nation Under God. Or just go on over there to Patreon. Just cut out the middleman. And you have 4 tiers to choose from. Right now, in the last week, Mom been with Mr. Jimmy. His car's in the shop. And it's like she's down there because she has a car to take care of him, ripping and running, taking him where he needs to go. So she will be back to finish the aprons out. So y'all make sure y'all get on over there to Patreon. Pick a tier, any tier that supports me and Dave. Or do like Miss Barker does. You know what? Just donate. All right, then. Welcome back, everybody, to the last half hour where Cheryl said, hey, I froze my taxes. I said you could freeze taxes. I didn't know either you could do that. But, you know, we're not a homeowner anymore. So there's that. All right, then, Cheryl, way to go in Virginia freezing that. You said Spam Burger, kiss my grits. That's pretty much what you told to Spam Burger. She going to be mad. She finna close that loophole. She going to squeeze blood out of a turnip. I am so country, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Hey there, so welcome back, everybody, to the last half hour. Hey, Sarah, I'm getting there now. He does have a marvelous voice. He does. Todd, he really do. And he was like, well, you ready to do a promotional video? Won't you do it? Everybody hear my voice, but they don't hear yours. So with Dave, he did that, and I appreciate it because he makes the merchandise anyway. So Dave is back in town. Hey, Sarah, what's going on? We're going to get these, girl. Let me get my shout back in to everybody. Who y'all? We got Dave's smooth voice again, right? Until he starts snoring. And then you don't want to hear what I hear. Get him McGrowing. I mean, that was Dave. That was Dave, everybody. So y'all get on over there and support. All right, Sarah, let's get these articles in, girl. There was an explosion. Oh. Okay, well, let's see what this explosion about. Developing at a New York shipyard. Wow. This literally came out an hour ago. Developing, at least 16 people injured in a massive explosion at a New York shipyard. Wow. At least 16 people are injured in a massive explosion in the Staten Island shipyard on Friday afternoon. 3 people were seriously injured, including 2 firefighters. Several firefighters sustained minor injuries. It is unclear what caused the explosion. Okay. The fire and explosion at the shipyard in New York City, Staten Island has injured at least 16 people. Someone reported 2 workers trapped in a confined space at the dock at about 3:30 this afternoon. Responding firefighters found the fire burning in the basement of a metal structure at the dock. Wow. Crews are still fighting the fire. And when a major explosion occurred at the site roughly 50 minutes later. What the hell? The first thing that went through my head was Backdraft. If you ain't never seen an old movie named Backdraft, that's what it went through my head. When that fire sucked back in there because somebody opened up the door and it rushed back towards them, and then a huge explosion. Wow, that's the first thing that ran through my head, okay? The fire is still burning, and emergency workers had counted 16 people on site with injuries by 5 p.m. today, including 2 firefighters and 1 civilian with serious injuries. It says the FDNY received a report of a fire and workers trapped in a basement about an hour before the explosion. Wow. Hope they make a full recovery. Wow. Okay, then. Yeah, President Trump will not be going to Don Jr.'s wedding. He said, I got to work for my country. Seriously, that's what President Trump said. He said, I got stuff to do. He said it ain't his first. Okay, Trump announced he will not attend Don Jr.'s wedding, citing circumstances pertaining to government. Yeah, he just can't take off willy-nilly. And his love for the United States of America. Oh! Do you like the woman, Trump, or not? I'm just asking. Because, dude, it says President Trump said in a statement Friday that he would not be attending Donald Trump Jr., noting that he is very much wanted to attend. He very much wants to attend, but must remain in Washington, D.C. this weekend. It's Memorial Day. I thought he would be in Mar-a-Lago. It says the guest list totals for the intimate gathering is fewer than 50 people. Okay. It says Trump absent may be intentional and long planned due to the couple's desire for an extremely private ceremony. It says Don Jr. and Palm Beach socialite Bertina Anderson will reportedly tie the knot on a small island in the Bahamas. And you wanted the president to go to Bahamas. Yeah, he got stuff to do. He got work to do. He got work to do. It says that Trump on Thursday expressed doubt that he would be able to make it. Oh, he gonna send a gift though. He said, this is not good timing for me. Also noting that it is going to be just a small little private affair. Very ritzy though. Very ritzy small private affair. I have a thing called Iran and other things. All right, then. Well, damn. Who asked you this question to get that type of response? Right? I mean, because that he said, you know, there's a little thing called Iran, right? And I'm just going to get going to everybody with it. He said jokingly, and that he'll get killed by fake news either way, right? So why are we talking about it? Now fake news like he don't like Donald Trump Jr. He's not going to be able to make the nuptials. He'd see Trump turning his back on his own kids. Won't even go to the damn wedding. And if he went to the wedding, see Trump, there's a war in Iran and you need to be in the White House because it's Iran. And then we got ICE and blah, 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 blah. He can't win for losing. Pretty much. Leave Jarquavius alone. He said, but he's got a person who I've known for a long time, and hopefully they're going to have a great marriage. So for everybody out there saying, well, Trump must not love his kids anymore because he's not going to be going to the wedding. Stop it. It ain't his first. All right, then back over here. On to the next. Way to go, Sarah. I didn't know how to phrase this one. That's why I didn't pull it up. Of course, there's fraud every department in the United States. But to see that the military contractors was scamming the military in the Pentagon, I am shocked. Maybe, just maybe, this is why $7 trillion in Pentagon funds they cannot make account for, because of all the fraud, waste, and abuse. And even civilian contractors are now being indicted for stealing money from the government. 2 shady defense contractors busted in a massive bribery and fraud scheme that ripped off taxpayers and corrupted critical U.S. military tech innovation contracts. It says another corruption scandal has erupted inside the federal contracting world. The Department of Justice announced Wednesday that 2 Florida defense contractors were arrested and charged in what prosecutors described as a bribery and major fraud conspiracy that allegedly corrupted the competitive process for the Department of War Technology Innovation Project in the Pacific Ocean. According to the DOJ, Leonard Pick, 62, of Palm Beach Shores, and Brian Kent, 59, of Tampa, allegedly orchestrated a scheme involving bribery, fraudulent contracting practices, and manipulation of a bidding process tied to the U.S. Army Pacific Command Hawaii Pacific Innovation Campus, a project intended to serve as a hub for testing cutting-edge military technologies. How much money are we talking about? It says the federal prosecutor says that the alleged fraud struck at the heart of America's defense procurement system. According to the indictment unsealed this week, the District of Hawaii, these guys allegedly funneled approximately $1.25 million in bribes over 5 years to the United States Army employees while fraudulently jacking up government contracting costs to hide the payoffs. You're going to jail. You're going to jail. Y'all are going to jail. Damn. Kent also accused of pocketing an extra $680,000 by routing inflated contract funds straight into his personal consulting business. You sure they ain't Democrats? Okay, did they work for Stacey Abrams? It says the Department of Justice announced criminal charges against Leonard and also Brian. It says for orchestrating bribery and major fraud conspiracy that corrupted the competitive procurement process. It says when defense contractors obtain government-funded work through bribery and fraud, they rob our military and American people of benefits of a fair competitive procurement process. It says the antitrust, that's where they got you from. It's always money. Antitrust Division and its partners in the procurement collision strike force will vigorously prosecute those that seek to profit at the expense of American taxpayers. But you can't go after Democrats. If y'all are working for the government, I don't care if it's contractors or you actually work for the government, stop stealing. They're going to come and get you sooner or later. They might not catch you the first 3, 4, 5, 15 times. But I'm telling you, that money, that all of the breadcrumbs that you're leaving behind, when the feds come after you, just lay down. Don't resist. Don't resist. They've been following y'all for a long time. In order to make sure that they get you and indict you and charge you, the federal government have been following you. They got you for conspiracy. Your ass is grass. When the feds put a conspiracy charge on you, you can forget about it. Listen to me when I'm telling you. One of the worst things that a charge that you can get from any federal department is a conspiracy or RICO. So if I ain't saying this Fannie Mae, okay, this ain't Fulton County. That's the feds. And when the feds come after you for RICO or conspiracy, you going to jail. They got their paperwork on lock. I'm telling you, conspiracy is the hardest charge to fight and to get proven innocent from. That's why it's always a conspiracy. They got to just prove 10% of that, you gone. And if they got your bank account records, they got the money, they got the wire money, any of this stuff. Number one, they already got the wired money because you actually took the money from the federal government. So they wired the funds somewhere. That's how they got you for wire fraud. Al Capone's. Okay, then back over here. What's up with the DEWs? Who got dues? What am I missing? Oh, that's why Hawaii got messed up. All right, Gingy. Now that's what you mean with the blue tarps and stuff, blue roofs. Hey there, hey Gingy, how you doing out there? What's up, girl? Grandma Barker said like and share. Hey Trish, fires and explosions in food plants are linked to solvent green human. Ports are usually trafficking. Hold up, let's do the air quotes. Conspiracy theory alert. Cargo ships. Evergreen. People screaming at ports. Now everything is automated, so regular Americans and folks can't hear the stuff that's really going on. But conspiracy theory. Okay, then. Conspiracy entertainment purposes only. There's videos over there on YouTube from the 80s with them doing interviews with people at some shipping yards and ports, and they saying we hear people in there just screaming and stuff. Conspiracy, y'all can go look for it for yourself. All right, you got to do the air quotes because the majority of the time we right, and I guarantee you there's videos over there on YouTube from the 80s of people being interviewed at some of these shipping yards and ports of them saying, hey, yeah, we heard some stuff in these in these shipping containers. Yep. We've been hearing a lot of stuff come out of shipping containers, and they kind of moved us from this area of the dock, and now everything is fully automated. So who's gonna know what's in what? Go look it up. Hey there, hey Jin. I mean, that island, they were working on all of it. Where? You know what, up there in Staten Island? Okay. Oh, are you talking about in Hawaii? I believe you. And I think we've talked about this before, especially Hawaii. And this was before Maui. Now, when it comes to the shipping containers and the ports in the Evergreens and stuff like that, I'm finding out more and more information from y'all. So I don't know who the hell it was. They said, girl, that's some videos floating around, but they old videos. But these some news, like, reporters are interviewing dock workers, and the dock workers are literally saying, hey, we hear stuff coming out of. And, we've been trying to tell our supervisors, but nobody's taking us for real. But, yeah, who own majority of the ports in America and have been for a very long time. We're going to rest our case. Hey there, Jin. How you doing, Nora? I watched that video the other day. And just for that, because I said it, it's going to pop up in a whole bunch of people's timelines. Y'all going to be like, didn't somebody recently? Yeah, that was me. Look it up. We ain't got to lie. This has been out there since the 80s. None of this stuff. And we got to say conspiracy, conspiracy alert. But this ain't no damn conspiracy. Stuff that's been in, like, shipping containers and stuff. There's been story after story after news article, investigative reports of stuff that flows in and out of our ports. And a lot of trafficking was a very hot commodity in the 80s and the damn 90s. And then when you start thinking, I don't know if it was one of the Christies or Karma or Fudge. It might have been Jin. But when that Evergreen, you remember the big ass shipping container ship that kind of rotated on itself and closed off a whole shipping lane, and they could not downstack all those containers. It was so damn high. And then everybody started talking about Evergreen and what Evergreen has been accused, quote unquote, air quotes, accused of doing and shipping. And then y'all started bringing up down there in Florida, right down there by P. Diddy, and then Oprah Winfrey, and how there's a shipping port across the water from them. I only know this because y'all told me this. And then that's when the video started popping up on my damn timeline of these like 80, 90 video documentaries, reporters asking questions to dock workers. And now let's speed it up from the last 5 to 6 years, everything becoming automated. I'm just saying. Hey, get in, McGrowan. How you doing out there? Hey, it was Hawaii. Got to say allegedly on that one. Hold on. Conspiracy alert. Conspiracy alert. Blue tarps. Fire Maui. Tunnels. Stuff. Yeah. A lot of secret military operations. Absolutely on some of those islands. A lot of this ain't secret, but a lot of it's still secretive. But that's why we got to say conspiracy. All right? We say conspiracy. Hey there, Maxwell. Woo! We're going to say conspiracy. You know how that is, Renee. Come on now. You got to say that out loud for the algorithms to hear you. For entertainment purposes only. Us mere humans aren't smart enough to figure stuff out by ourselves, by deducing what's out there in front of us. We got to get the experts' opinions on this. Okay. Hey there, Trish. They are retrofitting with seats and portable toilets. Shipping containers is sad story and pure evil. Some of these things I've seen and heard. Look at me rubbing my thighs. I ain't never finna count y'all wrong. Not when it's out there for us to do the research on, and there's actually videos and there's interviews stating all of this stuff. So, okay. We still got to say conspiracy. You know how to get all up in their damn feelings. 3 million. They need to speed it up a little bit more. So thank God President Trump is now getting more judges, immigration judges, to speed that process up. More than 3 million people need to go. Okay? Yeah, 3 million so far done bounced. More bounce to the ounce. They got out of America. Yeah, but there's a whole bunch of more left over here making demands. DHS says over 3 million illegal aliens have left the United States since Trump took office, including 2 million that self-deported. Talk about self-deported. All right, then. More than 3 million illegal aliens have left the United States during President Trump's first year back in office. According to the figures provided by the Department of Homeland Security, the total includes an estimated 2.2 million self-deportations as the Trump administration ramped up enforcement and pressures illegal aliens to leave voluntarily. Hey, they was getting paid to bounce. They didn't leave empty-handed. We was giving them checks to leave. Hey, get on out of here then. It's better than giving it to you every month. There have also been around 900,000 forced deportations enabled by a large increase of funding to ICE operations. In President Trump's first year back in office, more than 3 million illegal aliens have left the United States because Donald Trump administration crackdown on illegal migration includes an estimated 2.2 self-deportation. Yay! Did you see that story about them crying because somebody served them pork on the airplane? Somebody put some sausages on their plates and they hoops and the holler. They said, "We Muslims, we don't eat pork. You gonna eat pork today?" Talking about they had a hissy fit mid-air and said their human rights was violated. It's just a sausage. Put it in your mouth, start chewing. And I thought it was funny. I didn't share it though. Hey there, Elon had a video that opened Elon had a video that opened up about the ports. Did they ban him off social media? Okay, I'm stopping like that. We have kids graduating from public school today. They can't read nor write. But they're going to do a teen takeover in the summertime. Boy, these parents going to jail. You better get your kids. Hey there, what's going on, everybody? Because Dave just said we got 6 minutes left. So come on.
Yeah, 6 minutes left.
Come on, Christy Fowler. Get it out your system. Let's go ahead and talk about Tulsi Gabbard. I did not talk about that and her retiring, walking away to take care of her spouse. So let me get it. That's J.D. Vance. That's GOP. Tulsi. Here we go. Break-in or earlier today, Tulsi Gabbard resigning as Director of National Intelligence with Trump's statement on replacement. Tulsi Gabbard is resigning as the Director of National Intelligence, according to Fox News and everybody else. Tulsi is stepping down to be with her husband as he battled an extremely rare form of bone cancer. Damn. That's worse than pancreatic cancer, y'all. That's not a good survival rating. He got bone cancer. That's damn. Tulsi, a former Democratic rep from Hawaii, have confirmed by the Senate in February 2025 to serve as the Director of National Intelligence in Trump's second administration. Tulsi is resigning from her post as Director of National Intelligence to support her husband through his battle with an extremely rare form of bone cancer. I hear the thunder. We only got a couple of minutes left. Gabbard notified President Trump during a meeting in the Oval Office Friday. Her last day as ODNI is expected to be June the 30th. It says exclusively obtain her formal resignation letter in which Gabbard says that she is deeply grateful for the trust she placed in me and for the opportunity to lead the Office of Director of National Intelligence for the last year and a half. Unfortunately, I must submit my resignation effective June 30th, 2026, she wrote. My husband, Abraham, has recently been diagnosed with an extremely rare form of bone cancer. Damn. Do he even have a fighting chance? Gabbard said her husband faced major challenges in the coming weeks and months. At this time, I must step away from the public service to be by his side and fully support him through this battle. Gabbard added that Abraham has been my rock throughout our 11 years of marriage, standing steadfast through my deployment to East Africa on a joint special operations mission, multiple political campaigns, and now my service in this role. Today, with great humility and sincere appreciation, I share the below letter with President Trump that has been profound honor to serve the American people as the DNI. And it says Trump with Principal Deputy Director Intelligence, Aaron Luca, will serve as acting director of national intelligence. Unfortunately, after having done a great job, Tulsi Gabbard will be leaving the administration on June the 30th. Her wonderful husband, Abraham, has been recently diagnosed with a rare form of bone cancer, and she's rightfully wants to be with him. This is President Trump, bringing him back to good health as they currently fight a tough battle together. I have no doubt he will soon be better than ever. Tulsi have done an incredible job, and we will miss her. Her highly respected Principal Deputy Director of National Intelligence, Aaron, will serve as acting director of national intelligence from President Donald Trump. So everybody, we know what that means. Keep her and her husband. God could change everything. So we're not going to count him out, and we're going to give as much prayer to her and surround her and her husband for strength and everything else that he needs to go through and to fight through that. So Tulsi has my all due respect, even though she was a former Redeemer. I don't care. I don't care. Y'all just keep Tulsi and her husband and their family in your prayer as he fight this uphill battle. But like I said, prayer changes things. So everybody, this is the end of the show. I can hear thunder. I'm sure it was thunder. There's a lightning. So y'all have a great weekend. Do not forget, get on over there and donate and support. Get over there and get a book for Still Standing. Also, One Nation Still Under God. Or go get a t-shirt, a coffee mug over there at FALLBACK USA-2. Or just donate. So let me refresh a Facebook, and we finna give everybody our shout outs. And thank y'all for 337 comments. Appreciate that. All right, Nora, have a great one. Dee Dee, Sarah Smith, Christy Fowler. Trish, stay blessed out there. Cheryl, much love. Donella, thank you for the glasses. I do wear them. Todd and Addie, much love y'all out there. Miss Debbie, stay blessed, everybody. Miss Barbara, love you. All right, Jen, as Amy said, cancer suck. Last, all right, over here, Rumble, y'all stay blessed out there. Skin, spews. It's April Smith. Stay blessed out there. Get in me growing. Much love, Princess Grace, and also YouTube. All right, then Rhonda, stay blessed. Karma, she hung out with Rhonda today. All right, then she said you ain't not gonna be alone. Y'all, we will see y'all next week, or unless something happened over the weekend and we break in live. But other than that, get on over there and donate, and be safe in this weather. Holla! Faded to black.
Here we go. She's on 5 to 7, 9 to 10 p.m. Fallback Productions. Talks about topics of the day and loves her country, the U.S. of A. Got her Get Right rally on tax day. Got family country Trump is her thing. She don't know the songs, gives Dave a hard time. Don't worry, it's fine. He's still her Valentine. Keeps us in the loop. Don't you know, sit back and enjoy the Lucretia Hughes